Hello everybody. I'm hoping we're live. I'm not sure. I haven't confirmed that yet. Oh yeah, I guess I am. Why would it do that? Welcome to Montezuma. It is a sunny day. It is 37 degrees. So it's considerably colder than it has been. And, you know, that's okay. We'll deal with it. It's November 9th. So what do you expect? It was considerably colder overnight. So, like, the water that I believe is in your view has at least a layer of ice on the top. It's frozen over. So, in terms of any birds that might be in this pool near the visitor center here at Montezuma, I didn't see any. I have seen some birds flying around. I've seen numerous ducks, which I could not identify, just given the distance and everything. I've seen some swans, which were likely tundra swans. I've seen some Canada geese, not thousands by any means, but, you know, some. Oh, hold on. What's that? Is that a crow up there? I think that might be an eagle. My first eagle here of the day. I have seen a one northern harrier. We're gonna let that bird go, and not all that much else really that I can think of at the moment. I didn't even see the pigeons that are normally in a tree as you enter, you know, the complex here. But anyway, we've got only so much time. Probably should have tried to get up here earlier, but, you know, can only do so much sometimes. And we have, remember, we have an even shorter day in comparison to last week. So, you know, the sun's going to set that much earlier. So we're going to move right along. Again, welcome to Montezuma. By the way, the visitor center is apparently closing for the season on the 27th of November. I'm guessing Wildlife Drive will close, you know, at the end of the day on the 30th of November. In some years they've kept it open a bit, you know, weather permitting. But last year, even though weather, in my opinion, permitted, they closed it, you know, right on time. So as of the 1st, they had closed, 1st of December. And you may recall, last year, we kept coming up here through the winter. I think maybe one time we didn't come up all the way just because of, I think there may have been a storm coming that night or something like that. So I skipped it that one time, but we kept coming up to the area and checking various locations. Now we couldn't go on Wildlife Drive last year during the winter because, like I said, they close it. But we went to other locations, and quite honestly, I enjoyed it very much. And you know, if things go well enough this winter, and we are able to do so, we'll maybe try to do the same sort of thing again. I don't know. We'll see. A number of Canada geese here, more than I've seen elsewhere here. In terms of bird watching, I've had a nice week myself. If you pay attention to you know, my YouTube channel, I had a couple lucky sightings an eagle, and I don't know if it was the same eagle each day, but an eagle went to a certain tree that is actually relatively close to me, and you know, I had a decent look initially from home in each instance, and then you know, shortly after, I was able to drive to a spot, you know, right there near the tree where I could actually get a pretty good look. Okay, we have some swans in the air. I'm not sure what kind they are, but by the way, this channel of water seems to be coated with some ice. So who knows if we'll see any waterfowl there. So like I said, we have these Canada geese here on the right. There was another one in the air, but I don't see it at the moment. Who knows? I mean, there may not be much here. You know, as I've said before, you know, when they close Wildlife Drive for the winter, and they do that, I mean, at least partly because there's no winter maintenance. That way they don't have to plow the road or anything. But it doesn't bother me, and that's because, you know, if everything else here is frozen, all the water's frozen and migration's over, I mean, there's probably not going to be much here in the, you know, anyway. So, in other words, we're not missing much. Yeah, I mean, well, okay, I see some waterfowl over here. Looks like mallards to the naked eye. Mallards. Ooh, that might not be a mallard. Hold on a second. I gotta lower the window. I believe that may have been a gadwall, but I'm not sure. I mean, those are mallards there. Those may be gadwalls. Are they gadwalls? Wait. I need to look with binoculars. Hold on a second. I don't know. It's tough for me to tell. And it could be there's an issue of eclipse plumage, which is, you know, plumage that is, you know, not their normal breeding plumage. And, you know, I need to see breeding plumage very often to identify a duck. I think we're looking at gadwalls there. Okay. I think so. Unless it's a widgeon, right? In eclipse plumage. I think gadwall. I think. Yeah, I think so. Okay. I did see some other ducks over here. It is a little breezy, and obviously it's rather sunny. And I can't say I'm crazy about that sunshine, but it's not really intense. We have some American coots right here, a number of them. I thought I had seen ducks, but no, these are coots, and obviously they're, as I'm indicating, they're not ducks. Same form pack. Oh, maybe I do see a duck. Mallard. So I did see some. Okay. And some more geese here and there in the air, like there, and here. If I had a really good You know what? We'll try from here. I'm going to stop the car. Let's see if we can take a better look at these coots. Oh, come on, wire. Come on. Ridiculous. All right. All of a sudden it has to be windy. It's interesting to see them feed. Often you'll see them reach down for vegetation that's below the surface. It's nice to see them here anyway. Thank you. Okay, let's try that again. So again, these are American coots. They're not ducks, although they have the same form factor, you could say. I'm sorry, I missed it. We might get a look at those feet, which you'll see there's some webbing, but they're not a completely webbed foot like that of a duck. If it decides to take a step, maybe it won't. Well, kind of. Challenge here is just getting a look without vegetation blocking the view. Let's look at the ducks that are nearby, actual ducks. Okay, all right, let's keep moving. Have to be very, very mindful of the time. This is, in many ways, one of the more challenging times of the year. But I guess, you know, even at the height of summer, the days are longer, but we have more that we want to see. So it's always challenging in terms of time. Number of Canada geese here. I'll give you just a quick glimpse of them all, or many of them anyway. That wind has picked up. I think last I saw, we're looking at winds from 10 to 14 miles an hour today, so it's significant. It's not, you can't say it's really calm, and that could present some problems for us, but the wind can also help us. I mean, if that happens to encourage a bird of prey into the air, fine by me. There are a couple mallards there too, I just saw. You know, on the side of the, with the Canada geese. more Canada geese coming, or I guess in this direction from the left-hand side. Maybe they'll join the ones that are on the right. I don't know. Some of the water here is clearly, you know, without any ice on the surface, but there are some of that definitely does have it. Oh, I see an eagle, I believe. Is that? Oh, I see a couple eagles. I see a couple eagles. At least two. And up ahead, a bunch of white. Let's see if we can line up a little better with these eagles. Hopefully some vegetation will be clear. Oh, oh shoot. Oh, yeah, let's keep going. It looks like we're doing all right, vegetation-wise. Now, both eagles are on mounds out there, whatever the mounds are. And we'll take a look. First, I'll give you a quick look with this camera. So we have one here. There's some Canada geese in the background, and we have another one over here. And then, oh, one eagle just took off. Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Darken just a touch. Stabilize things here a little bit. Worth it to come up here? Well, I think so. I think so. I wouldn't mind if they were a little closer to us, but hey, I'll take it. Won't stay on them all day, but I just, you know, it's nice to look. If anyone wants screen captures, it gives you a moment. I'm going to look around. Binoculars while I look at the eagles. Yes, it is. Unfortunately. And there are ducks flying around here and there. And I probably should be showing them to you. They're not close. More looks at the eagles. Along, or at least look at other things. Yeah, cut it out. Bring it in just a little bit. The sunshine can be tough. And not only because of this, it's white head feathers. You can't show you the detail as well if details are being washed out because of this bright sunshine. This is, to me, a beautiful thing to see. Just love it. Just love it. As I said, there are swans around, and we may see them up ahead, depending on how things go. And there are ducks of various sorts flying around. Looks like it's drinking. About you, but I love bald eagles. Anytime I can get a decent look at one, I take advantage. said, Canada geese are in the background. So a fair amount of duck activity. I'm not showing it to you well. Sorry. We're going to keep moving. Just have to remember we're running out of time. Hi, yes. Good to see you. Obviously, I'm leaving things in place. Let's stop right here for a well, not just yet. I don't want to stop here yet. Let's just take a quick look at what's out here, see if we should stop and really look, or see what's going on here. Unfortunately, these ducks are all far away, but we've got a number of species by the looks of things. Ring-necked ducks. There's a northern pintail right there, an American widgeon right there. We have Canada geese there as well. There. No center screen. Oh, that was a pintail that just jumped in the air for a moment. Hold on. Oh, there's some kind of. Well, I can't see it, and I won't be able to show it to you. It's too far away and in the wrong direction. I was going to say there's a lot of ducks in the air. Out there, or if those are just female ring-necked ducks. Not sure. It's tough for me to tell the difference. That swimming from left to right, that appears to be a female canvasback, I believe. I'm sorry, these ducks are all far away, so it's hard for me to really get. This is the closest I can get with this current setup. You can get a little closer with the other one, the other scope, but things end up being shakier. Redhead? Center screen? I believe so. A reddish head and the gray body. We won't have time to really stay on the ducks for too long. We may have another redhead there at center screen. A lot of activity, it's just all far away. That is a canvasback there swimming from left, well, we're following it, but left to right. Hold on a second. What am I hearing? I think it's a swan. It sounds like a swan. From where it sounds, I can't see it. I don't know. I can't. Oh, it's in the air. Okay. Hey, those were, they took off, northern shovelers. Good to see them before they decided to leave us. All right, let's move on. I feel like I'm shortchanging you, and I'm sorry about that, but we only have so much time. You know, actually, I could say this. Every time we have this type of activity here, where we have, you know, potentially thousands of ducks, hundreds, thousands of ducks, I feel like I'm shortchanging it, because I can't look at every single individual bird, and you know, I would like to, but I just can't. Okay, closer to us though, we have what may be pintails. I'm not sure. Hopefully I'll have a good look. They're not as close as I would like. I'd like them even closer. Let's try. Come on, work, yeah. So smell. Oh, don't leave. Must there always be vegetation in the way? Huh? for some a little farther out that might be easier. With the male, see that long tail? Look out in a different area where we have a lot of white that I'm seeing, which may be tundra spots. They're, all that much farther out. Let's drive a little bit forward. Maybe, hopefully, possibly get a look at some. Well, I don't know if I'll get a good look at the buildings. I think so. No. Some shovels around also. Going. It's good, but not as good as I would like. I saw on my way here in Cayuga Lake, I saw probably thousands of gulls. I don't know what kind of gulls they were. trying to see northern pintails, but they keep moving. Oh, hold on. That are closer, but there's vegetation blocking the view, unfortunately. In case you haven't figured it out, pintails are one of my favorites. And I always I'm hoping for a good look. Vegetation, all kinds of challenges here. Wind. Come on, Ferris, where are they? All of a sudden, a bunch of ducks have taken off. Looking at northern pintails, or at least we're doing our best to look at them. Alright, meanwhile, there's a mound out there with somebody standing on it. I think it's a gull, I'm not sure. For some reason I can't find it. Kind of gull, but it's a gull. Just having a hard time finding things today. northern pintail. This is a male. Notice the brown head. It's hard to tell how the long, the long pin tail. This is in breeding colors. Notice the white stripe that goes up the side, of the neck. White breast. Unfortunately, the lighting is not perfect. Aren't they beautiful ducks? Seriously. We're going to move along. Out in the distance, see some white, maybe more gulls? Yes. Okay, let's get going before my hands completely freeze. Tempted to stay and try to keep looking at the pintails, to be honest with you, and get, maybe, I don't know, just a super look. I don't know. I'll tell you, and I realized, well, I've known this for a long time, but when I come out here, go birding anywhere, I'm, oh, who's that? My goal is to have, I don't know, a super look, whatever it is. This is a muskrat. Haven't looked at one in a while. Very similar to a beaver, smaller, and it doesn't have the large flattened tail that a beaver would have. It's still interesting to see. It's kind of back a little bit, so I'm lighting it now. Continue for just a few more minutes. Like I was saying, my goal is always to maybe have, just a super look at something. Whatever that something may be. Whether it's a close-up or, pintails again, but we've got vegetation in the way. They're swimming slowly. They are so beautiful. I wonder if I can get a clearing. Maybe here. If I don't spook them. On Ferris. Moving. Just beautiful ducks. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But they're not going to stay where I think we can see them, unfortunately. I'm just going to keep swimming along. Okay. I know, maybe it seems like I'm obsessed with pintails, but that's just the way it is. Like I said, I want a super look if I can have it. One more look at the swans way out there. Just a quick look. Huge numbers, but a fair number. This vehicle ahead of us, well, maybe I thought for a second they were trying to take photos of the pintails, but maybe not. Unfortunately, I've got a fence in the way, and well, those might not be ideal looks anyway. The channel here is iced over a bit. Probably thin ice, but ice nonetheless. And let's switch cameras. It's 1 o'clock. It's very late. But, you know, I can only speak for myself, but I enjoyed what we just saw. I enjoyed seeing the pintails. I enjoyed seeing those bald eagles. We didn't get a good look at the swans. They're too far away for that, but what can you do? Hold on, I want to see something in the air. Okay. Canada geese in the distance, not a huge flock, but a fairly sized one. It just seems to me that Canada goose activity has been a little different this year here. I mentioned a few weeks ago that, you know, and maybe it's too early or maybe it's too late, but I mean, here we are, we're almost mid-November. But anyway, you know, there have been times when it's like all day long, flocks flying here, flocks flying there. Just, you know, maybe they had already arrived, but they're just going from one location to another. I haven't seen that much of that this year. And who knows, maybe my timing is off. Maybe that happened and it just isn't happening now. More Canada geese here to our left. Love the geese. Wire. Over here. And I believe there's some up ahead. Go in the air. Some sort. Coming our way. Where is it? There it is. It's going to be our way. I believe I just heard a crow. I think I heard one. Okay, so we have more Canada geese here and some ducks of one sort or another. Mallards, by the looks of it. they're all males. I did hear crows, and in fact I heard a crow, but I've seen now a number of them in the air. If I can find them for you. Here. Showers. I don't know exactly what that gull is eating, and I'm not going to find out. Like fish or frog, I think fish. Oh. Some smaller birds, I don't know what they are. They just flew away. Sound like sparrows of some sort. Listen. To our right, the Bennings Marsh. I don't see anything. Now it looks like at least a good portion of it has a coating of ice on top. So that could be discouraging any activity there, but I don't see any birds there at all. I'm gonna set you down for a bit. Close the window. Now this was the area last week we saw the American bittern. I believe since then there had been other reports of it, but not in the last couple days. And in fact, in terms of the eBird alerts that I received this morning, I didn't see anything for Seneca County. We're in Seneca County right now. Doesn't mean that there are no rare birds, but no one apparently reported them to eBird. Or there's a glitch. I'm guessing no one reported. However, we'll look. Quite honestly, oh, you know what? Actually, a couple days ago, someone took a great photo of the American bittern, and it had caught a vole, and they show it with the vole. It was really a good photo. Whoever it was, I can't remember, but whoever it was should get full credit for that. Anyway, we saw the bittern in this stretch up ahead a little ways last week. If it's around, we'll try to take a look. Anyway, I kind of hope it's not around for its sake. It's headed south. Hope it's doing well, because you can't stay here. Hold on a second. Back up. were lucky last week because as I was driving by, the bittern was in full view with very few reeds around it. So I spotted it, and then we took a look. I'll show you very briefly. You can see down there, the water has at least a coating of ice on top of it. I doubt it's frozen solid. It doesn't look it, but it has a coating of ice. Like I said earlier today, it's 37 degrees now, which is cold enough, but last night it was, I believe, significantly colder. And you can see, I haven't really tried to show it to you, but there is some snow on the ground here and there. I don't know how much they had overall here. I know my own area had snow yesterday, and woke up to seeing snow on the ground. Not a lot, but enough. I don't believe we're going to see an American bittern today. And, while I always want to see one, I really don't want to see one here today that much anyway, because I'd rather the bittern be headed to warmer areas for its own sake. Looks like a red-tailed hawk across the road. Take another look at that hawk with binoculars. Yes, okay. To make things worse, now we've seen that, right along here, it's all, mostly grass, but it looks like whatever water there is has a coating of ice, so that's going to discourage waterfowl. There may be something, but so far I'm not seeing anything. I see some ducks flying around. There may be, some liquid water nearby. I can see some starlings. Across the road. So far, this is always a challenging area anyway, with the lighting and everything, but I don't see anything. May have been one bird way out there. Well, saving us time. Not that we're here to save time, but I don't mind saving time. Hold on, let me check a couple things way out there. I think I see a couple eagles in the air. They're well out there. For all I know, they're the same eagles we saw on the ground. They were beautiful. Oh. Hold on. Someone just landed somewhere in there. I'm going to set you down. Oh, look with binoculars. It was a small bird of some sort. I don't know what it was, and I can't see it now. Oh, jeez, these wires are just always in the way. Just get tangled up on me, they get tangled up on my car's shifter, they get just tangled all the time. I just don't see it. I don't know what it was. All of a sudden I saw it come in for a landing. It was a smaller bird, maybe a sparrow or something like that. I don't know. That would be my guess, but I don't know. It's a quiet day here. You know, we haven't seen that much activity in terms of birds. I mean, we saw something, you know, I take it back. A lot of activity, not necessarily very close. But, you know, a lot of ducks out there. Maybe not too much flight activity. Together, we did not see a northern harrier, but I did see one, you know, just as shortly after I arrived, and I was just getting things set up. mean, haven't seen like a lot of eagle flights. Just saw some, but not a lot. We haven't seen really all that much flight activity overall. Haven't seen any herons, but you know, this time of year it's no surprise. Not saying there aren't any here. There might be one or, you know, some left, but we haven't seen any. We did not see one last week on Wildlife Drive. We did see one or two later on from East Road. You know, now I saw the harrier, as I mentioned. We just saw a short while ago a red-tailed hawk, and we've seen eagles. So 3 birds of prey, 3 bird of prey species, I should say. Oh, hold on. Oh, never mind. I thought maybe I was seeing 2 herons in the distance, but no. That's something else. Also, in terms of people, it's been fairly quiet here. I mean, we saw some cars, certainly. But I guess that will do it for Wildlife Drive. We will almost certainly skip Shockey Pool and Maze Point as we did last week. Prefer to get back to Ithaca. And given how those 2 areas have not been so good, really right along, in terms of sightings. There's some ducks there at Maze Point. I think I see some on the ground there, or at Waterloo, I should say. We'll see. Maybe we'll kind of take a sort of quick peek. I think I just saw in the air, I believe I just saw a double-crested cormorant. And I'm definitely seeing another one that just flew over the road. No surprise, really, given how I've seen them last couple weeks here. I'm going to let this car pass me. A couple pigeons. And another pigeon. I could lose you at any time because of the signal here, but hopefully we'll stay connected. It's really overall, I mean, it's, well, not that sunshine doesn't always work for us, but in terms of they look good, it looks good. I'm going to take a left up here at the intersection. Just drive just a little ways and see if maybe anything's around. But I'm well aware that we often have problems, so I won't go too far unless the birds demand it. Don't recall how it was last week, but to our right, the cornfield has been harvested. I don't remember if it had been harvested as of last week. I think not. Let's keep driving and see if everything else has been harvested around here. Hold on, do I see something in the air? I see some swans coming in for a landing. We're gonna take our chances. Okay. We're gonna take our chances and drive forward a little bit. Hopefully we won't lose connection. I just want to take a peek and see if everything's been harvested. If it has, there's a chance that, from here on out until things start growing again in the spring, that this could be a good area. Yeah, it looks like things have been harvested, I guess. And now there's a lot of water down there. I'm surprised there's that much. This is through the windshield, so it won't be great. Come on. Hi, Heron. Good to see you. But don't you think you should move south? I'll tell you what, we're going to try. I'm going to go further along the road, turn around, and see if we can maybe take a few quick looks at some of the birds that are down there. You may recall from last year we discovered this area as being, a good one. Is that an eagle? For birds in the wintertime. I can't get it through the windshield. Just because, once the fields are harvested, you have whatever remains, plus there's water, and why there's so much water, so I don't know. It surprises me. Hopefully we stay connected. This is a rough spot. Oh, I may not be able to show you everything because the vegetation looks like it's pretty tall to our right. So I don't know if I'm going to have any areas from which to show you. No, I don't believe so, unfortunately. Closer to the eagle nest. But I'm going to turn around. I guess everything is too tall to our right. It wasn't like that last year. There's a car here. Someone in the car, I think. Yep. We did see a great blue heron. I'm surprised about the heron. There may be frogs and things like that. I wonder if there are any fish there. I kind of doubt it. But, again, those fields, here they are. They're agricultural fields. They're planted with corn, I believe. And they seem to flood quite a bit. At least, from my experience this year and last. But maybe that's just an area of, a low-lying area where moisture accumulates. I don't know. Okay. But it's 1:30, so we only have a little bit more time here, and then I've got to head back to Ithaca. This is really a very dangerous intersection. To our right, we just, the road slopes, so you can't see very far. It slopes upward, and so someone, you look both ways, you don't see any cars, but all of a sudden someone could be right over that incline and right on top of you. Hold on a second. Okay, never mind. Like I said, it's a pretty day here, really. A little windy, but see anybody in these fields. Curious to know if the cornfields up ahead of us have been harvested yet. Doesn't look like it from here. No. Not yet. Yeah, maybe on the other side of the road, but not here. Let's go just a little farther. Here on the right, the cornfields look like they're still up, but to our left, across the road, looks like they may have been harvested there. Let me just take a quick look at the binoculars. Oh yeah, they have, and there are a lot of swans taking advantage. So from here, we'll take a quick look. They're not close, but we'll take a quick look here. First with this camera, just very briefly. And maybe this is all we should do. I think that is all we'll do. Instead of trying to take a close look at them. Okay. So it feels like these that often draw the attention of birds, because there's there is food within them left over from from harvesting, and that is fine by me. Last year in the winter, early spring, late winter, I don't know, we had been coming up here, and in this area here we had seen snow geese, a lot of them. So I mean that's the kind of thing I like to see. And also we saw on one or a couple occasions snowy owls. Ferris, you didn't signal. No, I know. There were no cars either direction. I checked. Swans we just saw from those other fields because they're right nearby, really. So we don't have much time to waste here. Take a look and we'll see, but then I really need to be heading to Ithaca, I believe. I see a car up ahead. It looks like it's stationary. Let me just take a quick look from here before I have vegetation view. I believe I see sandhill cranes down there. A fair number of Canada geese, fairly densely clustered. And there's some white mixed in with them. I'm not sure what that white is. It may be swans. It's windy here. I will not be getting out of the car unless something really truly warrants it. Actually, let me back up a little bit. Okay, let's take a quick look with this camera and then we'll switch. What are those? Are those eagles? They might be. Well, I want to take a quick look at things and I want to look back at those, whatever they are. The cranes, I believe, are down there in their usual areas. Let's switch cameras and see if we can have a better look. Probably need to switch batteries pretty soon. Now where are those two birds that I saw? Oh, they're over here. Yeah, they look like young eagles. Hi, eagles. So these are immature eagles. If you don't know, it takes years before oh, hold on, something else in the air. It takes years, like 4 to 5 years, before an eagle acquires its adult coloration. So we've got 4 eagles here, an adult and a few young. And everybody left once the adult came by. I'm hearing something else nearby. Don't know what I'm hearing, but I'm hearing something else. Smaller bird of some sort. Anyway, one of the eagles is in the air over here. And I'm not going to get it, I don't believe. Okay. So let's look at what's down there a little better. We had one of the eagles ended up sorry, there. Okay, so that was one of the young, immature eagles. And, oh, who's that? I have a video that I recorded here, and it's on YouTube, and I recorded it years ago. And every once in a while, someone leaves a comment, "That's not a bald eagle." And I have to explain, yes, that is an eagle. But it's an immature eagle. I'm not sure why there's all that chatter. You have to remember, the geese, obviously they spend time here, but they can't stay there the whole time because they're all resting there. You don't see them feeding, but they need to be, in better areas for grazing. So, yes, it's a good spot, but not necessarily for grazing, not right there in the water. You can see the water there is partially covered with ice. Ducks of one sort or another are way out there. I don't know what they are. I can't tell from here. Okay, let's reposition the car just a little bit. That might be good enough. By the way, I believe they're tundra swans down there, not, not trumpeter. I could be wrong. There's somebody vocalizing nearby that's sweet vocalization. I'm not sure who it is. Hold on, I have to look at something. Never mind. Okay. Now let's see if we can have a better look at some of those sandhill cranes. Wherever they are. We should probably move maybe to where that other car is stopped and see if we can get a better look at the cranes from there. I have a feeling the look is better. We've got vegetation in the way. Oh, what do I hear? Those are cranes. And 4 other cranes have taken off that are ahead of them, flying to our left. Oh, the cranes are leaving. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go. See, this is the only reason why I'd want to be come on, Ferris, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's the only reason why I'd want to be out of the car to catch the flights. They are gorgeous. Now let's see where they go. It looks like they're flying out of the area. And I'm not sure. You wonder where they're going. All right, let's I don't know where they would have gone. Not sure where they would have gone. That other car that's up ahead looks like it's leaving. You might say, well, so? And the reason why it's important is because maybe they have a better view from there of the remaining sandhill cranes, or if there are any cranes. Well, there are still some, I believe. Yeah, there are some. You know what? Let's go where that car is. wonder if it would be worth trying to find cranes left. Maybe they're, in an area that's better for us. Let's see. Okay, let's stop right here for the moment. I have a feeling these are going to leave also. Hold on a second. Little eagle coming in. Okay. Let's see, it's tough for me to stay with them in the car like this. Sorry. And they look like they're heading out of the area. Are there any left? Yes. Alright, we're gonna leave, and we're gonna see, take a quick look around with binoculars. still at least 4 eagles here, all on the ground. 2 there, and then way over here, more eagles. So at least 4. Anyway, we're gonna. Where am I on battery? 4%. I'm gonna switch cameras. And I'm gonna switch batteries. We're gonna take a quick look around, see if we can find where the cranes went. Maybe they didn't go far. Maybe, if we're lucky, we'll have a look at them somewhere, which would be great. If not, then I'll pack up and head to Ithaca, because it's almost 2 o'clock, which means